guys, welcome to the channel. In today's episode, I'm hoping I will be able to get more views like usual, because usually these unboxings and reviews got me quite a bit more views and subscribers in general. And in today's episode, not show that, we got a Britannic submersible model, the first one in the world made by Printhive 3D, so we're going to go unbox that. Now I have to be careful while opening this because this is not a quality control issue for him, but most 3D prints are not strong. This is interesting. So, right off the bat, we have a retro stand that looks like sort of like the classic Titanic submersible stand from the 90s, I believe. We have some cranes and masts. We'll attach those later. We have the bow of the Britannic and a sea mine. And now to get to the ship itself. So, here it is. I'm wondering if there's a tugboat in it, because he's been starting to do that with orders, so I'm going to go unravel this real quick. Okay, this looks beautiful. Like, okay, the fourth funnel fell off. Some super glue should do the trick, but the bow attaches simply. And I'm going to go assemble this off camera. Okay, so we're back. My special thanks to my mom for gluing on the fourth funnel. I was too scared with super glue like a child because I thought my fingers would get stuck. Believe me all you want, I guess. So, this box comes with a lot of stuff. If you were on the Discord, you might have saw that he started including Hermes tugboats with his models, but, I believe it's only for 1/1000 models, I think. I probably got the measurements wrong. I'll fix that in the pinned comment, but you get the mast, some cranes, a sea mine, and the stand, of course. But so for the sea mine, some of you might be wondering, why is it as big as the bow? And that's because if it was to scale, you would lose it immediately. Like, not even joking. So now we're going to assemble this and talk about Britannic's history. So in 1913, the keel was laid down for Britannic, and everything had to be changed because a year earlier, as all of you guys know, the Titanic sank, killing thousands of people, unfortunately. And everyone was paranoid about maritime safety, so in 1914, the ship was launched, but at the same time, World War I started, and the British had to fight against the Germans, and the British Admiralty was needing some hospital ships, so unfortunately Britannic never got to see her ocean liner days and was turned into a floating hospital ship. Now, because of this hospital conversion, a lot of things were rushed. As you can see on the port side, there is no gantry davit like on the starboard and back here. And I just said why that happened. It was rushed. Anyways, and she actually got to sail a couple of voyages and didn't sink on her maiden like Titanic. And this ship was actually super safe. We'll get into that later. But on 1916, she departed from, I think, Southampton, and she was heading to Naples to get some coal. And while leaving, there was a storm, Captain Bartlett was in charge of the Britannic, and while sailing out of Naples, she struck a mine, sadly, and sank in 50 minutes compared to 2 hours like the Titanic. And this is because many of the portholes were left open on the Britannic in hopes of getting some oxygen for the patients. So that unfortunately led to the quick sinking of this beautiful liner, unfortunately. And some lifeboats were actually launched super early in the sinking, causing disaster to happen. The starboard propeller was turned off and the others were functioning because Charles was hoping to get the ship to beach on the island of Kea in Greece. So, fortunately, 2 boats were sucked into the propellers, and sadly, 30 people died from that in a quick, brutal instant. On one of the boats was Violet Jessup, who you guys might know for surviving not only the Olympic collision with Hawke, but the sinking of the Titanic and, of course, the sinking of the Britannic. Not much is known about how she survived, but she was able to escape the propeller and luckily lived a good, I believe, 40 more years after that, and died of old age and natural causes. Now, the sinking of Britannic, not too much is known. The White Star Line, of course, had a devastating launch, and after the World War, it was replaced with the Bismarck, but it was renamed to the RMS Majestic, so people wouldn't know it was German. 1976, Jacques Cousteau found the wreck of the Britannic in the agency after searching for Atlantis. Some of you may think that's silly, but you have to remember, this was like 50 years ago. Now, some people actually thought he stole the bell of the Britannic, but even though I wasn't alive back then, I thought that was stupid. And because Jacques was a super peaceful man, and he would never steal from shipwrecks or really any of his discoveries. And okay, so in 1997, as you guys know, Titanic the movie was made. I can't get this thing on. And why is there a bug? It was super popular, and people started to get more into ocean travel. And 3 years later, a terrible knockoff was made about the Britannic, and they got so much history wrong, I could make a whole entire video about that. But they got the propellers wrong, and they got the timing wrong. I could make a whole 12-sentence essay about this. I cannot get these cranes off on, unfortunately, because they are so hard, so I'm just going to cut. Okay, guys, we have the Britannic partially assembled. I cannot get on these aft cranes. I do not know why, but it is super late. It is about 11:12 p.m. Yeah, and I'm just feeling super tired, but here's a couple more facts. Britannic remains the largest passenger shipwreck at the bottom of the sea, along with the Seawise Giant and her sister, of course, the RMS Titanic. In 2006, during a diving operation, this is a bit of a scary story. A guy went down, and suddenly his fellow divers saw a bunch of bubbles around his body. They brought him back to the diving ship, and unfortunately, he was dead. The cause being he actually attached the wrong tank to his headgear thinking it was air, but in reality it was a toxic gas that filled his lungs. And unfortunately, he was killed and the diving operation had to be canceled. And a couple of you may be wondering, is the hole like a sea mine damage or just, a slit? And it is a little slit at the aft part of the ship. So since I'm going to be going to bed now, and we will continue the review tomorrow, including the sinking. Okay, now it's time to start sinking this ship, and I know all of you annoying people in the comments are going to be like, why is your bathtub so dirty? First of all, it's a utility sink. You can see the plug on the bottom, idiots. Second of all, I do not even care. It's my sink.